Why we're not all rich? Because of bright, shiny objects and accidents? Well, maybe. Here's a few thoughts on why, along with some thoughts on how I go about building relationship models to develop a better understanding of things that I'm interested in. So if I start with the investment goal, in other words, I have some idea of how much I ought to have when I retire, I realize that I should have an investment account because I know that the investment accounts, for one reason or another, the amount of money that's in the investment account with some interest factor produces interest, which adds to the investment account. And it might be an investment account, like I said, well, savings accounts don't pay much these days, but some kind of investment portfolio or whatever to actually develop or grow over time so that it approaches the investment goal. I mean, the idea is that I'm trying to get to this amount. So the investment account's not going to do anything unless I put some deposits in it. So it's the investment goal in conjunction with the amount of money that's in the investment account that causes me to make deposits. And as the investment account gets closer to what my investment goal is, the deposits probably get smaller. Now, the investment account will continue to grow on its own, though it will grow faster if I periodically make deposits in it. And it's always better to have them deducted in some way so you don't see them, so you don't miss the money. It usually ends because if we just wait for us to go ahead and look at the difference between our income and expenses, and if we got some money left, do we deposit it or do we do something else with it? Well, it's a choice, and what do you think usually happens? Well, let's go out to dinner. I don't know, something. But as the investment account grows, what happens is it actually develops an increased level of attractiveness as you think about all of the things that you could do with the money today as opposed to waiting until you retire. And if you do that, then you would in fact make a withdrawal and reduce the investment account, which means you're not getting closer to your investment goal. So the investment goal tries to offset the attractiveness so that you don't go ahead and withdraw money. And this is a balancing loop that stabilizes investment, and it's moving you in a direction that you don't want to go, so that you should pay a lot of attention to it. And additionally, typically for retirement accounts, there's a penalty if you withdraw early. So that penalty also diminishes the attractiveness, hopefully giving you a better reason not to withdraw money and actually diminish the amount in the investment account. So this is sort of a relatively simple model of some thoughts about saving money and developing an investment account. And it's the order in which I would build the model based on the question of starting someplace and asking, what does this influence and what influences this, and asking the same two questions over and over and over again until I get to a point where, okay, that's the sufficient understanding that I was looking for, while a person could take this model and add a bunch of additional things to it to make it more relevant to their own situation. So there's a link to the Kumu model that the presentation was developed from. The link is in the musing, and you could take this model and clone it and do whatever you want with it. So hope you found this of some interest, and I'll see you in another musing probably tomorrow. Bye.